the most influential people in e-commerce in Romania. So we are, today is Black Friday in Romania. So I'm very grateful that Cristi took some time from this crazy day with,
No worries.
spending some time with us. He is currently working for Vitex. He's managing the growth for Vitex in Eastern Europe. And if you don't know yet about Vitex, you should be ashamed of yourselves because they are the biggest contenders right now in the market for other CMSs such as Shopify or Magento. So actually, Vitex is the first and only global, fully integrated end-to-end commerce solution with native marketplace and OMS capabilities. So
nice intro.
nice intro, right? No, I'm super excited because a lot of people messaged me about your session. So this is an interactive session, people. So we need you to be interactive with us, and we're gonna start right now. And we're talking about collaborative commerce. So I'm just gonna let you take the stage, Cristi, and I'm gonna go right here.
Perfect. Thanks a lot, Juliana. Okay, I'm going to share the screen now. Okay, can you see it, right? Just a second. Okay, perfect. Can you see it? Are you here, Juliana, right? It's okay?
The screen is good, but I'm seeing the presenter view. Maybe you should close that. Yeah.
Okay, now it's okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Just a second.
Yeah, you could probably present.
Perfect. No, it's okay, right?
Perfect.
Perfect. Okay. Why unlocking business transformation with collaborative commerce? From where is this name coming from? Juliana was very kind to name me as very influential, let's say, in the e-commerce landscape in Romania. I was working for more than 13 years in big traditional businesses, retail businesses, where I opened and I founded, started, constructed, you name it, lines of business for e-commerce. So everything from the operational part to integrate with offline to thinking in an omni-channel perspective and to move things forward, let's say, in the digital era. It's not only about going online, and it's not only about selling online. It's not only about e-commerce, let's say, because as we see now, for example, everyone is online and is becoming more and more important, and is becoming more clear that you need to differentiate yourself and you need to think beyond traditional e-commerce. So if we were having this discussion 10, 15 years ago or something like that, for example, in 2008, in 2007, I started an e-commerce business for selling shoes in Romania. And almost no one was thinking that you can sell shoes in 2007 in Romania online. Although worldwide, there are a lot of companies doing that. So for me, for example, it was very clear that we would reach that point. And if we would had this conversation 13 years ago or 10 years ago, we would say, okay, go online and start selling online and start do online transformation, let's say. Now, because it's 2020 and because that is clear for everyone, we should think beyond traditional e-commerce. So, for example, it's in the human nature when we are facing challenges and when we are in front of an obstacles or any challenge in life, let's say, that we would take the natural approach, we would take the normal approach, the approach that we learned so far. So, for example, how do we change that? I've learned from previous experience that this works, so I would change that. For example, how would I improve my sales? I would open a new store. Will say a retailer, for example. But now we are discussing about thinking beyond traditional commerce and thinking beyond, let's say, the challenges and beyond the paths that we already took. Why we do that? Because, for example, we have a market that is finite, let's say, although the Earth population is growing, and although the products, for example, the necessary products are reaching more and more people because there is more buying power, let's say, or at least was. We will see after COVID. So the market is the dimension of the market is this, for example, is not. We wouldn't say that is it's expandable on one hand. On the other hand, we had a product assortment. For example, if we are talking about our business and if we are talking about a business, we have a product assortment that is finite, let's say. Then we had what we say channel conflict and a lot of complexity, let's say, between channels. For example, thinking online, B2C, B2B, marketplace, distribution, any other channels, for example, that are offline in a business to business perspective or direct to consumer or something like that. And because of all of those channels, you don't have a direct relationship with the customer always, let's say, because in a B2C perspective or in a D2C perspective, you have a relationship with the customer. But as you add complexity to the business and as you add more channels, let's say, and more things and more complexity to what you are doing, you would have a disruption in the relationship with the customers. Then it's going to be very hard to have visibility across prices, visibility across inventory. The markets are different, let's say, and competitors are are becoming more and more powerful and are from various, let's say, landscapes. Then also, when you are thinking of all of those challenges, you are seeing that you have a fragmented customer experience because, for example, we are now discussing about customer retention, about customer lifetime value, about let's say the purchase flow and how and why should the customer buy from me, for example. So we are trying to eliminate those frictions and we are trying to eliminate the fragmentation in experiences. But for example, with all of those channels, it's very hard to do that. And it's very hard to adapt on one hand, for example, because all the markets are changing, all the experience are changing, the preferences of the customers are changing constantly. And you have, let's say, we say that there is no shortage of business challenges, right? In any business you are. Maybe, for example, now in this period and in this with all of those with what's happening around the world, you would say that e-commerce businesses are booming, but e-commerce businesses are having a lot of challenges as well. So always you have a lot of challenges in the business, let's say. Why are we discussing all of those? So and where this collaborative commerce term came from? When we are looking at marketplace, let's say as a term, we are thinking about the market. So, for example, a marketplace is not different than a regular market offline, let's say, a market across the street where we were going from since we are born, for example, or where I don't know the parents and the grandparents who went to buy some products. So it's a place where multiple sellers are coming and are showcasing their products and are trying to sell those products and are trying to bring their biggest advantages. For example, if someone's selling nuts, if someone's selling vegetables, if someone is selling fruits, they are trying to pack it as nice as possible. They are trying to explain where all of those are coming from, and they are trying to give you their best in terms of value added to the customer. And then you would see, okay, the customers are coming there because they would find everything in one place, right? And then why those markets appeared? Because they will gain value from all of those purchases that are happening inside their place, inside their marketplace. So when we are thinking about a market in a traditional way and the marketplace being online, offline, doesn't matter, we are seeing collaboration between sellers, and we are seeing collaboration, and we say that it's a collaborative commerce because we are seeing collaboration and it's commerce, right? So we are seeing collaboration between sellers, between distributors, between I don't know, suppliers, between different companies, between competitors, and all of those collaboration and all of those all this landscape, let's say, is bringing more and more value to the customer. It's not at the end of the day is not in favor of no one else besides the customer, right? So it makes total sense for the customer as well. And because it makes total sense for the customer, once you are thinking about the business in this perspective, and once you are moving towards a marketplace and towards this model of collaborative commerce, you are always seeing a exponential growth. Why you see that? Because, for example, it might take you 1 year or 2 or several months, or it doesn't matter. But once you understand how you should do it, you create relationship with sellers, you create relationship with other businesses. Once you become the preferred let's say go-to place for customer to purchase several products, then you would become you would start generating more and more sales. So we see exponential growth in GMV. And from the customer's point of view, it's clear that they prefer to buy from a marketplace. The numbers are more clear than ever, I would say, when we are looking at Amazon, when we are looking at Alibaba, at any other marketplace around the world, Allegro, for example, in Europe, or eMag even. We are seeing a lot of purchases happening from their sellers. 50%, 60%, even 70% of the products sold by a marketplace are products from their sellers. Why they are doing that and why the customers are keep buying, it's because of what we discussed a bit earlier, is because the customers are buying that because it becomes the preferred go-to place, let's say. They are finding more and more products that they want. It's easier for them to purchase from the same place and to have, even if you have multiple deliveries, they will be informed in the same channel by the same company. The same company will manage all of the returns requests and all of those everything, the refunds request and everything else. So it's clear why customers are preferring to buy from a marketplace. Then also, when you are looking on the cases that the marketplace is let's say addressing, you are seeing an extension of the range of the products that you are selling. So you can add, I don't know, thousands of sellers and professionals, let's say, that not only that they have those products to sell in the first place, and you don't, and you have to buy it, and you have to risk some money placing blocking in the inventory, and you would have a lot of let's say challenges from the operational point of view and everything. They know how to sell it. So, for example, imagine me selling I don't know, shoes, for example, as I said, in 2007, right? And customers were used to buy electronics online. Why didn't we made a deal between a website selling electronics and us selling shoes? Because at the end of the day, we are not competing, and although we are competing and bringing also new customers on the table, because I would bring customers that would buy fashion and also have the need for electronics, and the customers coming to buy electronics will need also fashion at the end of the day, right? So you would have professionals that owns those products, already have those, and can sell it and can display it and can offer better services, can offer a better experience for your customers than you and also you have a curated content, right? So you have all the products are wisely chosen. All the products are the products that can be sold. You don't have to get to have that and to get to develop that know-how choosing what products and of choosing what brands you need to display there. And also it's in your let's say you can choose what you can display there, and you can choose what sellers you can invite and what brands and what categories, because at the end of the day it's your place, right? It's your marketplace, it's your let's say market, it's your store. You would have all the suppliers in one place, right? Because you would have a supplier portal and you would manage all the suppliers. You would see the performance of the suppliers. You would see how they are receiving requests and how they are fulfilling requests from the customers and all of those things. And also you would have a distributor network that will help you, I don't know, reach new lines of business, reach new customers, reach new markets on the all of those things. So talking about the business and talking about why would you have that, and talking about all of everything that comes with all of those things, you have to look as well, because we are discussing about technology, you have to look as well at the platform side, at the platform level. As Juliana said, for example, that we are the first and only, let's say, commerce marketplace and order management system platform. I'm telling you this story from the perspective of the things that I've learned in Vitex and the things that I've learned from our customers. I would go a bit later to how many customers we have in this model, let's say. But also, I'm speaking from the previous experience that I had in retail and that I had in online business, let's say. And when you are speaking about the technology, it's immensely important to have a fast time to market, so you don't spend a lot of you don't develop in the waterfall way, let's say, and you don't spend a lot of money and a lot of effort thinking of, okay, should I, what business scenario and what scenario should I cover, and all of those things. So you need to be focused on faster on a very fast time to market. We are discussing about a low risk deployment, because we are discussing about a software as a service solution at the end of the day, and we are discussing about a multi-tenant software as a service solution. Although we have a lot of capabilities, like almost infinite capability of customizing the product, and that kind of is counterintuitive with the term of software as a service. That makes us very unique, let's say. We are discussing about total cost of ownership for the platform, let's say, because you would need to have multiple systems integrated if you are thinking in a traditional way, but now it's not the case. And you have a lot of flexibility. You have the flexibility to choose between and to add new businesses. If you are talking about B2C, B2B, direct to consumer, or I don't know, everything else on top of marketplace, when you are thinking, for example, subscriptions and all of those things. And for example, selling, you might have a seller selling in your marketplace and your marketplace integrated with a third-party marketplace, and you can allow this seller from the first level to sell in the third-party marketplace, and you would own the chain, let's say. You would be the channel that generates sales and the channel that have the commerce part, let's say. Discussed a bit more about when going a bit more into this, when we're discussing about the marketplace, about the order management system, and about the commerce solution, we see that when you have a multiple business scenario and when you have different needs, you see that all of those things can intersect, and you might want to have different points from different areas of those businesses, let's say. And it's very important to have a partner platform that will cover that. I said that I'm speaking also from the point of view, from the experience of the company that I'm now in point of view, because we had a lot of cases of marketplaces around the world, and a lot of all of those are success cases. And we had a lot of learnings. We had a lot of things to learn and things to give to our partners, because we are not. It's very important in any business relationship, let's say, not to have customers and sellers, not to have let's say a relationship when in the saying, the technical saying, let's say master slave or something like that. It's very important to be a partnership, and it's very important to give, to receive, to give in order to receive, and also this will create a cycle, right? And this will create a cycle in the benefits of all the people. That's why I'm talking about partners, not customers, and not clients, let's say. And when you are thinking about marketplace, you are discussing, and you should pay attention on, okay, I need to have a dashboard for the operator of the marketplace. I need to have an onboarding for sellers. I need to have a unified inventory and the visibility across channels and across inventory. I need to have a product information manager and the catalog syndication, we say, because you need to manage all of those things. You need to approve, okay, what products goes where, if a product is linked to another product or not, or something like that. So you would have a lot of challenges, let's say. And then maybe you would have subscriptions or different commissions on different categories, on different sellers, on in different time, let's say, perspective. So for example, you would have promotions now, but and the lower commission now, but you would change it immediately after. You would have also promotion payment methods and all of those benefits transferred from the seller to the marketplace, and you need to pay attention on that as well. What payment providers you are using, because maybe we are discussing about the marketplace cross-border, a marketplace in different markets. For some products and for some sellers, you might have restrictions in payment solutions and all of those things. And also the biggest headache that all the businesses are having about taxations and shipping rules and all of those rules that comes with different businesses and different areas of business, let's say. Now with a bit more applied, let's say, when talking about B2C retailers, you need to, in order to expand your reach and in order to move forward, to increase your revenue, to expand your reach, and to evolve, to bring more value to the business, you can have that with a marketplace, and also you can reduce the overhead. You can drive incremental revenue because you will become the one-stop shop for the customers, and the marketplace is giving the buyers more convenience, is giving a lot more reasons, let's say, to buy, and can become, like, actually the name here and the point here is to become a one-stop shop for the customers. I think that's the most natural need that a company is having, for example. On the other hand, for B2C retailers and for any type of business, I would say it's very important to leverage the network of established sellers globally. So it's very important to see your limitations, and it's very important to understand where you are positioned and what can others that are doing a better job than you in a different sector can do for your business and can do for your customers, and can improve the revenue that we are driving and the benefits that we are giving to the customer. And also, once you understand that, you could easily launch a new business, a new line of business, a new category, a new type of products, and to address maybe a new market, maybe a new type of customers, and all of those things. When we are discussing about the needs that this marketplace have, we would look a lot on the seller onboarding. Okay, so we have the possibility to add sellers, to add the details of the sellers, to add the commissioning of the sellers, to add all of those things, and to onboard the sellers. We need to have a product approval process, let's say. So we will need to have, okay, a seller has only another quantity inventory, let's say, for the product that I have. Then we are not discussing about product approval and anything. We are discussing about adding a new price and inventory for the product that I'm selling. So I'm connecting the price and inventory to my product. When a seller is adding a new SKU, let's say, so he has a different color, different size, different, maybe, I don't know, let's say, version of the product that is behaving as an SKU, then I would connect that SKU to the product that I'm already selling. Or if the seller is having, let's say, a different product than me, I would approve that as a new product at the end of the day, let's say. Then I need to have a preview on all of those things. Okay, how will my catalog look? Because it's very important to have a consistency among the categories, among the products of the same category, and among the website. Let's say that's very, very important to have and to control that, and to bring your input into that, because maybe some sellers are very good in buying those products, in addressing the needs of certain customers, but maybe they are not that good on presenting that products and on presenting that product to your customers. Maybe you are a bit better than that, or maybe the seller does a better job than you. So you have this possibility, you need to have this possibility. And one of the most important part is the order management. So you need to be able to split orders, to have all the complexity in logistics and in the order management system without a headache, because here the biggest headache is coming always. Trust me. So when you are adding different products, different categories, different, let's say, type of, I don't know, products, customers, and all of those things, and including channels, everything is changing from the logistics point of view and from the order management point of view. So you need to have a very clear and a very, let's say, flexible, but very consistent order management system. So that's very, very important to have it, and it's very important to manage it, and it's very important to have everything in one place. Because we might have order splitting, order reallocation among sellers. For example, maybe a seller cannot deliver that iPhone that the customer bought. So what am I doing? Am I canceling the order and saying to the customer that this cannot be sold? Am I placing the order to another seller in a manual way, let's say? It's very important to have an automatic process and to have all of those capabilities. Of course, when we are talking about different currencies, different languages, or different places, if we are discussing about omni-channel, we might have a seller that has physical locations. So we might allow that to the customer to come in the real world with us, and like closer to that product and closer to that seller. So basically, I try to speed a bit up towards the end, not to have, let's say, not to go too much into details. But as Juliana said, it's very important to have this as a, let's say, in an interactive way. I don't know if there are some questions, Juliana. I would stop
I have few questions. We have 2 more minutes, so I think we can get two of them. So one question is from an agency. Let me read it. So basically, they're asking. We are having issues with Shopify at the moment, and we are trying to transfer our customers from Shopify to another platform. So they said they consider Magento. So they're asking me what would be the benefits of moving to Vitex, in terms of how much time would it take to do this, because their customers obviously want to move it now in Black Friday, but they are planning from Q1, they said, to move a few customers. So they're asking you how fast would be a transfer between Shopify and Vitex. Thank you.
Thanks a lot for the question. Is we kind of always we are focusing on time to revenue, because I said between the lines that we don't discuss about customers, about clients. We are discussing always about partners. So because of the revenue model that we have, that it's also percentage based, something similar to Shopify, but what we are very different than Shopify is that we have an army, let's say, of e-commerce skilled people that we are almost hiring only people that knows e-commerce to bring value to the customer, because the solution is that flexible, and the solution can be can be configured in various ways. That the first point is to understand the needs of the customer. Then, if we are looking about the difference between Vitex and Magento or Salesforce or Hybris or any of our competitors, we are looking at a software as a service that is multi-tenant, that is constantly improving. We had two very big finance rounds, and we are investing a lot in developing the product and in localizing in all the markets and in improving and in adding multiple features. But what's very, very important on Vitex is that we have what's called Vitex.io, a low-code application development platform, that we basically can change almost everything to serve the needs of the partner. For example, we had in a very big photo videos partner that and marketplace that we are having. We had the need of renting products. So with the help of this Vitex.io, we managed to, in the beginning, to add the functionality of selling refurbished products and resale products with a very customized, let's say, algorithm on how the products are, how the pricing is going, how everything is going. And then we could extend the product and the orders to be able to add the possibility that the product will be rented by hour, by days, by quantity, and to have this in the order management system. So it's the solution is very, very flexible, and still we are focusing on time to revenue. And also, what is very important is that we are developing the product. The technology is being developed in Brazil, but we are developing the product in a decentralized way. We have a very powerful team in the United States. We have a very powerful team in Europe, in UK, in Spain, in Romania for Central and Eastern Europe, and also in the entire Latin America, where we are leaders. We are developing in all sorts of applications and all sorts of functionalities that, unlike Shopify, for example, they are in our infrastructure. They are managed by us. They are controlled by us, let's say, from the quality point of view. So we will not put junk in the App Store. We will not have something that can break your site.
Yeah.
So all of those possibilities.
I imagine everything is going to be faster in terms of, like if you install external apps that are going to lag the website and make it work slower, you won't have the same issues. That's awesome. So I hope, Claire, that answered your question. Unfortunately, we don't have no more time for more questions, but tell people how they can reach out to you.
Cristi, exactly. Cristi Movila on LinkedIn. I think we will share the presentation. I see here that is the link for from our website, from vitex.com. And ping me whatever in LinkedIn on email, and we could discuss more.
Awesome. Well, make sure you check the perk session also and see what we have there from Vitex. And thank you so much, Cristi, for this. This was really
thanks a lot. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot for having me.